That it,
So
okay.
there's two different lays on this truck. I actually talked to Brian about this last night. You got 2 loops and then there's 3 loops. All right, the 3 loops is simple. The 2 loops are simple. So, however, it's basically the same no matter how many loops you have. All right, for the 3 loop system. Come here, Brian. Put your coffee down, buddy. All right, you get off the truck. Officers assigns you to grab the hose. He's going to take this and put it on his shoulder. All right, so he's going to take this and he's going to take it.
He's
All
going,
right.
he's going to walk right through you.
All right, the next guy's going to come up and grab the second set of loops. The engineer, or the third guy, come here, Stan. Put that on your shoulder. All right, Brian, gotta start. All right, that's all you got. Now you're gonna start flaking it out.
Okay.
Keep going, Brian. Yeah, there you go. All right. So as it tightens up, all right, so now, this system's quite easy. When Brian gets to the door, he's got 50 feet of working hose line. So he could technically stretch that hose line from that pump line probably 3/4 of the way across that bed. Now, if this was a house, he's getting in most of probably the first 25 or 30, well, hopefully the first 10 or 15 feet safely into the house. All right. What's one thing you do before you go into any residence? What do you do outside once the hose line's charged? Okay.
Open it up a little bit.
Open
Make
the
sure it
line.
works.
Make sure you have a straight stream on it. Do not go in any house until it's time for overhaul or ventilation with a fog stream. Why not? Steam burn. It's going to suck. It hurts. Okay? All right, so now. All right. So now you've come to the door. What 2 things are you getting when you get off the truck? Forced entry. What are you using forced entry? Halligan and what? Flathead X. Go get them.
Wait, what one did you get up?
All right, Jenny or Lindsay, go get the a Halligan and a Flathead X.
One thing you don't get off the truck with is without a freaking radio. That's been a big problem. Everybody jumps off, jump gung ho. Nobody has a radio. Nobody can communicate. It's a big issue. If some of us have our own, just make sure you grab one and that it works. Because if not, you can't communicate with command. You can't communicate with interior or exterior.
We're going to do a couple scenarios later. When we get off the truck, we'll see what you guys remember. What you bring.
I know Brian's good for it. Like none of us else are. Grab a flashlight too. The little one on your coat, it could go dead. You don't charge them. You know what I mean? They got the big slings on them.
They make sure they're all set too, right?
Yeah. Well, we do scenarios.
Okay. Yeah, I'm asking.
just showing them right
I'm
now
also
what to-
asking. Okay. Like I
So
said,
that night on Wheat Road fire that we had when that lean-to went up, me and Jim Mack were pulling hose, and it was just like plop on the ground. We had all kinks. We couldn't get to the door. We couldn't do nothing.
okay.
That's the only difference.
Gotta go do some work.
Nobody
They
knew how to
married
flake.
together.
Nobody knew how to get kinks out. We were screwed.
Okay.
I could get into the door, and that was it.
Okay.
I couldn't even go interior with it.
It should be like this. You know what part it's easier to carry. But, all right, so
How the hell
Come
did
to
they
the
get in
door.
these stores years ago?
first time you used the data.
Second time. First time was at the breakfast.
Use what?
His door gadget. All right. So now, before you go destroying somebody's door, even though the house is burning down, what do you want to try with the door first? Open it. Very good. So if you get off the truck and you have an inward swinging door, usually a house door, and as is history here, you get off and you have no tools. Real easy. Come to the door, called the mule kick. However you want to do it, I don't care. Make sure the hose line's ready to go, it's charged up. All you're going to do is a little bit of behind you. It's either, that's not a mule kick.
Turn around.
Mule, apparently.
You turn around and you kick it behind you. Trust me,
Exactly.
I've done
That's
my
all
front
you're going
door
to do.
that way.
You're just going to bring your leg up like this. One kick, maybe two, should fly that door right open. Any wooden door should just shatter and break apart.
And it's not a bad idea to have somebody, if you're Facebook, just to hang on to somebody, because if you're kicking in the door, especially on like a second floor apartment, you don't know there's a floor behind you, so you don't want to be going into it. Especially if you're going to throw an air pack like something.
Yeah, you can grab them and pull them back. Okay.
Hang on to your buddy, kick it that way, you know.
And if you kick it one time or twice and you can't get it, step aside, let somebody else do it. Don't feel defeated.
So the other thing they're going to, which I've seen a lot, especially like bigger companies that run a lot of calls a year, is in fire school they teach you you're on your knees in a fire. Well, I got news for you. It's not always that way. I preferably, I'll duck walk, I'll do something else, I'll stand up. I mean, you just got to worry about once you get to the fire.
Unless it's too hot.
Unless
If
it's too
hot,
hot.
you can't take the heat. Standing, drop down, crawl.
All right, but here's, instead of crawling, what they're doing now is they've went to a different system. You got, if you're right-handed, you have the line in this hand. You're feeling with this leg. They always tell you sound the floor, right? That's easy. Charge hose line here. You're scooting. Sound. Scooting. Sound. Make sure there's a floor there. Because the last thing you want to do is be like this, and now you're face first in the basement somewhere. All right, keep that leg out in front of you. Who cares?
Trust him, he knows. He fell through a second floor.
I have fallen through a floor. All right, so when you're sounding, if you sound and there's nothing there, now you have an issue. Now you know you're not going any farther. Not to mention if something, God forbid, happens, you lose pressure, you lose your line, whatever, somebody's telling you to get out. You have this leg planted already. All right, it's real simple. You push yourself up, and now you're gone. All right.
Wait. If there's something goes bad inside a house fire, okay? These are for you two. You guys already know. And you gotta drop your hose and run. How do you get out of the house? What do you follow? This is your hose, right? Just want to make sure, because just because you're like, everybody's like, oh, don't leave the hose. Fuck that hose. Take that shit in there, let it fucking burn, and get your ass out. You know what I mean? Because it's your life first, and then your partner. Screw the house, okay? Especially if you're gonna go in, everybody's like, you gotta do a primary search. No, you can edit it. You can do a primary search.
No, I can't.
Because they say there's entrapment. Make sure, we came into this, me and Jim Mack
This
came
is
into this
important
problem the
information.
night of that fire near Minnetonka's building. We're getting screamed at to go in and do a primary search of the building without a charged hose line. Rick grabbed my pack, so we dare go into that building until the hose line is charged. You don't go do a primary search to at least you have 2 people at a door with a hose line charged, just in case you get shit beat and shit goes wrong. They want to be able to put you and the fire out. Okay, so keep that in mind when they're like primary search. That's great. We do life of a property, which is how it's supposed to be. But make sure something is on its way and being charged before you go in and do a search, just to cover your butt, and God forbid the person that's inside is already hurting, you know what I mean, or unconscious or whatever. So I just wanted to put that tidbit out there.
Yeah, you don't need to go, you're not going in with the hose, but you'll have a crew on standby with the hose.
Right.
If anything, you might go in with a water can or something.
Yeah. Primary search, you know, there are a whole 2-in, 2-out rule. You know, you go 2 in, say me and Brian are going in doing a search, you and Lindsay are on the backup line, waiting for us to say, okay, we're clear, we get out, you guys go in and put the fire out. That's how that works. You don't put the fire out with firefighters inside, because then you're gonna burn the crap out of us. Trust me, it hurts.
And you know, one more thing. Before you even like go, and you're gonna go inside, the first thing you're gonna do is check your nozzle, make sure everything's working. Before you even do that, check with your partner, make sure he's got his coat on right, his hood's fitted. You know, no open skin, so your body doesn't get burned.
Check each other.
Just double check your gear.
And there are plenty of times I've turned around in the truck, the laps are open, the coats are down here. Come on, we're going to a working dwelling, shit needs to be buttoned up in the truck, you know what I mean? properly. It's not a race.
Brian coming at
Is it okay to
I'm gonna charge it, so.
roll over?